Welcome back to another episode of Wannabe Canon. This is part 3 of my DCU Reboot titled Green Lantern, Call to Oa. Enjoy. Alright, so we made it to part 3 of the DCU Reboot. We just came off Wonder Woman was a hit, Batman and Superman was a hit. So now we're coming back in March to give you Green Lantern, Call to Oa. Again, we're taking a spot in the year that doesn't have a lot of competition. I think we're going to make a lot of money. Green Lantern, St. Patrick's Day, I think it works out perfectly fine. So Green Lantern Call to Oa tells the story of Hal Jordan and his origin to becoming the Green Lantern. He starts out, of course, as an Air Force pilot. We open up the movie where he's in foreign territory during a dispute, but then is told to come back to home base while there's some things going on threatening the lives of the locals, and he disobeys orders and goes after some bad guys and saves some people, even though he was not supposed to. So after this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and he is put on suspended leave for disobeying orders too many times, being cocky, showing off, all that good stuff. During his leave, he is visited by some strange people that he doesn't know, in which they offer him to become a Green Lantern. They explain that they are basically beings from outer space and how they patrol the universe, and that the previous Green Lantern that died, his ring chose Hal Jordan. And so Hal, of course, is skeptical at first, but then upon some convincing realizes that it's real, and he has some time to think about it. And after a little bit of thinking, he realizes that he feels he's meant to do more than he's been doing on Earth. He wants to be able to make a real impact without the red tape, bureaucratic nightmare and all the rules. So he decides to take the offer, and he is sent to Oa, where he begins his intense training as a Green Lantern. This training lasts over a year, in which he is really put to the test of his creativity with his ring, learning how to assess situations, all those good things, basically anything you would think a good space cop would need to know. And after a while on Oa, he's finally put into the quote-unquote field after a number of Green Lanterns have turned up missing or dead in a short amount of time. So with the numbers being low, Hal Jordan is forced to go out into the field, even though some of the older veterans don't feel he is ready. So then we see Hal Jordan a part of Sinestro's crew. Of course, Sinestro at the time is one of the high-ranking Green Lanterns, and he is leading out the best of the best with Hal Jordan to go find out what's going on. So this cross-galaxy search basically becomes not a witch hunt, so to speak, but they are investigating, and they go around trying to figure out who exactly might be behind this or what. Through some investigating throughout the movie, we end up finding that some of the informants are pointing to a pretty mysterious and tough bounty hunter figure by the name of Lobo. So as they hear more about this Lobo character, they're on the search to find out where he is and what he wants. And that is pretty much, for the most part, our movie, until we, of course, get to the climax where they find Lobo and end up confronting him. So pretty straightforward, definitely an origin story. Nothing too different than what we already saw. I mean, there'll be, of course, different style to it, but for the most part, we want to introduce Oa. We want to introduce the Green Lantern Corps, some of the better known ones like Sinestro and Kilowog. And we want to see Hal Jordan growing up as a Green Lantern. Of course, he has raw ability and raw power, but he is still kind of learning on the job as these older veterans rein him in. And once the Corps is under attack, he's thrust into action to really show what he can do. And this Hal Jordan, more so what we've seen in the classic Hal Jordan, where he's a bit headstrong. He is always a rule follower, but he's doing it with good intentions. He's very confident and it borderlines on being cocky sometimes. But as I said before, he's become disillusioned with the government and his capacity to make change when there's so many rules holding him back. So he sees this as an opportunity to really become impactful, not only just with Earth, but of course in the greater galaxy. And then we get a lot of fun. I mean, it really is a cop movie when you think about it, not like DC wants it now with the Lethal Weapon style, but really it is kind of not a noir, but almost a real fun cop movie where we got a small unit trying to do some investigating and find out what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much our movie. The end credit scene is Hal Jordan being sent back to Earth to warn Batman and Superman about what's coming after they find out what actually is coming and what's really threatening the Green Lantern Corps in the whole world. Then he has to get back to Earth, where it's of course in present times where Batman and Superman actually exist, and he, hears about them, and so he goes to them to let them know what's happening and join forces to stop it. Yeah, so that is it. Go to the comment section, let me know what you thought about Call to Oa. Definitely check the links to Year 1 and If by Land by Sea. Go to the comments, let me know what you thought about that. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you like more Wannabe Canon, stick around for part 5, Part 4, Batman and Superman, Public Enemies.